Karmelo Anthony's video footage and all these photos and all this evidence and all the police reports being released on Juneteenth is a shady move by whatever county that is. But I'm going to tell you why they did that. They did that because they started to realize that a lot of people were starting to believe that regardless of Karmelo Anthony's behavior, the energy and the treatment that led up to that moment may have warranted him defending himself, and they could not lead with that. He had to be the aggressor. He had to be the problem starter. He had to be the issue. They had to reposition that thing so that it could be digested that way by those clear folk, because the victim in this was clear. Now, there is video footage that is not crystal clear. There are lots of pictures, whatever else. Now, I've heard some people say that the jury or people that were on the jury or people that were in the courtroom have said that there is like video footage that is very clear. The synopsis of the story sounds like they're at a track meet. It's raining. Karmelo goes under a tent to get out of the rain. This other group of young men pretty much are like, get from under this tent. They're being aggressive. They're approaching him. It's almost like they're cornering him. They attempt to like jump him. And when I say attempt to jump him, I think somebody pushes him. Somebody tries to rough him up. The language is aggressive. He looks like me. The rest of them look like the clear folk. And he probably felt like, I got to defend myself and get out of here. Now, remember, I did post a video where I said at the close of the day, I never want my black child to be in a situation where he or she got to start to make certain kinds of decisions in relation to defending themselves in environments like that, because unfortunately, because he looks like me, it's harder for him to win. Is it right? No. Is it reality? Absolutely. And as adults, we know what's against us. Karmelo Anthony was too young to wrap his head around the fact that he had 2 strikes against him immediately. He was black and he's a black man. Number 3, he was outnumbered. Now we have to go based on his testimony and all these other clear folk testimony, and with their friend being the victim, of course, they're going to lean more on that side. What I think the reality of all this is 2 things can be true at the same time. Should a knife have been used as a weapon? Probably not. Could we just have fought it out? Probably. And I think the reason that Karmelo probably leaned into the whole using a weapon was because he had to like tussle his way out of it and start booking it. But that was after he knew he had made an irrational decision. Raising black children, it's important for us to communicate to them and educate them that this world that they live in, this not even the world that we was in when we was younger. And these kids don't want to fight. These kids want to defend themselves with any and everything. And while I understand that to be true, because you don't know what other people got and people are crazy as all get out, we just got to start making sure that these kids are making sound decisions. And I know that there's this concept of, I don't want to be a snitch. I don't want to be a snitch. I don't want to be a snitch. But if he had been a snitch, he would be free and the rest of them children would be out and it wouldn't have been no trial. And we really got to start to teach our children to problem solve in a way that's much more effective for longevity of their life. We really got to raise black children to live, to survive even the toughest scenarios and circumstances. And that's not talk about life. I'm talking about encounters that they can have with other people who don't understand them, who don't look like them, who aspire to make their life hell. There are these people that live in the world, and just because you're an amazing young black child, they don't care nothing about that. They'll do anything to disrupt that trajectory.